Yeah, all right, everyone. Today I want to share with you probably my favorite breathing technique. It's not a technique, it's merely just a focus. It's probably the most powerful, quick, and effective way that I've ever discovered of settling my mind when it's jumping all over the place. So if you need to find some peace or just a little bit of relaxation, this may well work for you. For years, I worked with all the common breath techniques like box breathing and triangular breathing and so on, but they never seemed to fit my breath. It always felt like I was trying to force my breath to fit the pattern, and those like corners and angles just felt really clunky and uncomfortable. So I thought about it for quite a long time, just sat with it, and the shape that I found naturally fitted the pattern of my breath was an egg shape. Hopefully, in the practice, you'll see why that is. So let's just dive straight into it. Make yourself as comfortable as you can. Don't want to be worried about any aches or pains. Make sure you're warm enough. You can do this with your eyes open or closed. Closed might be better because we're going to do some visualization or imagining a sort of picture in our head. But you can do it with eyes open. And we just start by noticing your breathing. Nothing exciting. But for the first time today, maybe you actually are aware that your breath is moving, that there's breath coming in and out of the body. You might not have noticed that at all yet today. And just give yourself 2 or 3 really calm, long, slow breaths. And with the exhale, see if you can just soften or let go of any tension you might be holding in the shoulders or in the tummy or in your jaw. Just see if you can allow that to pass out of the body. Now, in your mind's eye or in your imagination, I'd love you just to picture the shape of an egg. And this egg is sitting in an egg cup, if you like. So the pointy bit is facing upwards, the round bit is at the bottom. Now you can get rid of the egg cup out of that picture, just make that disappear. So you're left just with an egg. And that egg can be any color you want. It can be 3-dimensional, it can be 2-dimensional, it can be glowing, it could just be an outline, whatever your mind naturally goes to. So just take a couple of seconds to really picture that in detail. Now, as you breathe in next, you're going to start just tracing your breath around the outline of the egg, around the outside edge. So as you breathe in, you roll up the outside of the egg to the top. You go over that little peak, and then you just let go of your breath, and it just falls or runs down the other side, gets to the bottom, it starts to slow down, and then you add a tiny bit of effort and it starts to climb back up again, up to the top of the egg. You get to the top, you notice there's a tiny pause, and then you just let go of your breath and it just falls down, slides down the other side. Gets to the bottom, it starts to lose speed as it rolls around the bottom, almost comes to a total standstill, and then you just add a tiny bit of effort and you start to pull it back up the other side of the egg. Just take a few laps around your egg with the breath, noticing where you put effort in, where you completely let go of any effort, and where there are just short pauses where the breath almost seems to stop at the top and the bottom. Just following it round. Now you might like to imagine that your breath is a tiny dot of light moving around the egg. Often when I do it, I like to imagine that As my breath moves around the egg, it leaves like a trace or a glowing light behind it. But whatever works for you, it doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong way. There's only the way that works best for you. And you can move around the outside of the shell. You can move around the inside of the shell. See if one feels more natural or more comfortable than the other. Really noticing the subtle changes in effort as you inhale up one side and just let go of any effort as you go over the top, and like a roller coaster you just slide down the other side of the egg to the bottom. So very much like the feeling of a roller coaster going round and round this egg. And you can follow that round for as long as you want to. Stay with this practice until you feel really grounded and calm. I hope it was super useful. Feel free to share it, change it, use it in any way, and see you in the next video.